Mildcore Gaming on our playthrough of Banner Saga. There's the game. Sorry, I was wondering what was going on. I am Yammer. I am bad at video games. I make mistakes and you don't have to. If that's what you're into, please like, subscribe, follow, share, all that fun stuff. We put out new videos every day. And here we are in Iron Tough. Let's make sure of that. Einertoft. Hey! I actually said it right. So we're kind of stuck here right now. We need to go Sigerholm, I think, is where we need to go. But we're kind of stuck in Einertoft. So we can blow up the bridge, or we can try and convince the Varl King to let us go. So I'm going to say we're going to go to the Great Hall to talk to the Varl King. Jorundr, who is he's the king. You'll do as I say. Okay, well, that's... Fasolt says, I'm not here to argue. I'm telling you that we're dying by the dozens every day now. You sent our best away with Hakan. How long do you expect us to last? Jorundr says, you asked for this command, Fasolt. Don't let them get across that bridge. Fasolt takes his leave just as you approach. Not great timing, you think to yourself. We are Rook. Thank you for the audience. He says, I forget your name. Rook. Rook, how is Ingvar? Will he survive? We say, I think so. He says, if I remember Yngvar well enough, he hasn't told you why he faced down Bellower, did he? I'm going to say, I would be interested to hear. He says, Yngvar confronted Asunder in his youth during the Great Wars. He won that fight. None other but the Menders have done that. He proved us stronger. Maybe he thought to do it again. We say, Ivor killed Asunder? How did he end up in Skogar? He says, you'll have to pry that from him yourself. I don't know. He disappeared when the last king tried to name him a Kender. It occurs to you that Jorundr would not be on the throne now had that happened. Oh, Ivor would have been king. But why are you here, Rook? Be brief. I'm going to say I'm offering to help take apart the bridge. He said, human, if there is one more mention of that bridge, Jorundr's mood changes almost instantly. If you have nothing else to say, get out of my damned hall. I'm going to say, what's so important about that bridge? He says, every man I've ever met thinks he's vital. He'd rival the gods himself, if only he were in charge. I'm over 400 years old, and I know that I know. I'm over 400 years old, and I know that I know little. You are a child, an infant, yet you know everything. Listen, human, this story is not about you. If you jump from that bridge today, the world would not change. Now either help Fasolt retake it or leave my city. I don't care which. Guards are quick to usher you from the Great Hall. You don't resist. Well, that didn't work. Shoot. Wait, fight on the bridge, destroy the bridge. Let's try to fight on the bridge. At the warfront, rows of Varl lined up, waiting for their turn to fill in as the warriors on the bridge battled dredge in one endless churn of bodies and blood. Fasolt catches your eye in between giving orders. You lost, human, he says. I want to help. Fair enough, Fasolt admits. I'm not going to argue against putting you on the bridge, he says, but we've got plenty of wounded here as well if you can work a needle. We'll treat the wounded. You spend a day alongside Alette and many others tending to wounded Varl, of which there are many. The work is hard and bloody, and after a long day you excuse yourself to wash off and find a place to sleep while the fighting continues unabated. Well, shit. We're running out of time. We've only got 8 days of supplies. Let's try and actually fight on the bridge. Oh, you approach the bridge, which gets a raised eyebrow from Fasalt, who is lugging a dead warrior over his shoulder. Back for more, he says. Glancing out to the bridge, you can tell they've lost ground on the bridge since yesterday. What's the plan here, you ask with concern. I just do what Jundra tells me, replies Fasalt. And right now we're killing every dredge on that bridge. So throw in or piss off. If you can't, if you don't want to help, if you don't want to fight, help me clear the bodies off the bridge. Our warriors are getting choked up around them. We're going to help remove the bodies. You follow Fasalt, making several dangerous trips near the battleground to pull bodies back to the city. The sight of you and other men struggling to carry lifeless giant bodies would be comical if the circumstances weren't so grievous. Your whole body is aching when you stop for the day. The bodies seem to pile up almost as quickly as you can remove them, and the work is heartbreaking. Okay. I don't need to worry about morale. As you approach on the third day, the warriors are in more disarray than usual. Where's Fasalt? You asked her, one of the passing Varl. Didn't make it, he replied. What? He replies, dredge are nearly at the mouth of the bridge, barely held back. Your mind starts to wander into dark places. You snap back to attention when you realize nearly the entire army of Varl are staring in your direction. Ivor walks past, shuffling slowly with an enormous axe in his remaining hand. He heads towards the bridge. Ivor, you yell, but he doesn't reply, plunging his axe into the nearest dredge before kicking over the side of the bridge. Come on, he screams at the black horde. Cursing, you rush to his side in the battle. Okay. We got Ivor up here. So actually I'm going to move him over. Wait, who'd we kick out? Hold on. Echo, Island. I thought we had another Varl. We don't have enough to level him up. All right. Oh shit. He needs let's see here. That. He's a level 1. But okay. We got this. This guy, get your S back there. Let's try this. just does armor, not health. Oh, shit. Oh, this isn't good. I'm blocked in here. Really? It was just the one? You just headbutted him. Oh, can I use this? There we go. Echo got a promotion. Is he the only one? Enough of this, groans Ivor, who seems to have snapped out of his daze. This is getting us nowhere. You follow as he climbs the stairs and throws open the doors of the Great Hall. Jornder says, Ingvar, glad to see you well. You swear you catch a note of trepidation in the king's voice. Ivor says, Jornder, enough. This fight cannot be won. He says, again this. I'll be damned if that bridge falls during my reign. Ivor says, you'll let our whole race die? Dude. He says, we'll all be gone someday, Ingvar. I need not tell you. There are no more Varl being made tomorrow or 1,000 years from now. We are it. Oh, they're not having kids? Is that? And I will not destroy what we have made. Would you leave no trace of us when we are gone, as if we never existed? Ivor says, I know this, but yours is one voice of many. I know that the Varl are equal. The days of Kender are over. I ask these Varl, all that there is left in the world, to follow me and live another day. Who do you think they will choose? The weight of the air in the great hall becomes so thick it nearly suffocates you. The silence continues for ages. Jornder says, "Go on. Take the mender. Destroy the bridge. Do it and leave. Take whoever would join you, and do not return to my city." Well, technically, your city is gone since it was destroyed. The alliance of man and Varl is through. Ivor is almost out the door before Jornder has finished his sentence. Okay. Led by Ivor, the Varl push hard one last time against the dredge until there is room enough for Ivan to take position and start raining down lightning bolts on the bridge supports. Before long, the masonry is shattered mess and begins to give under its own weight. Varl and dredge alike race to escape the collapse. Excuse me. When the dust clears, there's a gulf between you and the furious dredge. They won't be crossing this way. You've gotten what you wanted, says Jornder. Now leave. If I ever see man or mender again, it will be too soon. Ivan tells you, June will be waiting for us in Sigerholm. Despite the end of the immediate threat, many Varl choose to join Ivor instead of following Jornder. You depart with a long caravan at your heels. Chapter 6 of Our Bones, the Hills. Oh man, this is... Okay. We only have 7 days worth of food, but hopefully... We have more Varl now. A well-tended farm with plenty of livestock draws the caravan's attention. Upon your arrival, the farmer and his workers stand defensively within plain sight, crude weapons at the ready. Their crossed arms make their thoughts clear without a word. It's either 1 or 3. I'm going to say, come with us. It's not safe here. You warn the farmer of the approaching dredge, but the man spits and says, "This land is my life. I lose that, may as well be dead." The farmhands slowly nod their agreement, neither joining you or lowering their weapons. Jesus. Can't we go back and just offer him something? Okay. We're going to leave him alone. We're not going to be jerks. What's his is his, you say to the caravan. No sense fighting those trying to protect themselves. Grumbling bounces through the clansmen, but the caravan is once again moving. Okay, good. Our morale's still good. As you're nodding off to sleep, shouts of fire pull you back to attention. Flames quickly consume a supply wagon and a few tents. A woman cries out, "My boy!" and points to a burning tent closest to the outlying Varl. 2 of the giants are motionless, staring at the spreading fire with terror in their eyes. I'm going to go in after the boy myself. Wrapping your cloak around you, the smoke, flames, and tent become a blur as you grab the boy and slice through the back canvas with your hunting knife. You meet the ashamed look of an older Varl while the crowd cheers on your heroic act. Unfortunately, the supply wagon didn't make it. Whoa! We just lost everything. What in the depths was that about, you mutter to yourself. Something about the fire, Oddleaf tells you. I've heard of this before. They don't like it. Doesn't change what happened, you think to yourself. Fuck. People are going to start dying now. man. It appears that large figures following from the direction of Einertoft. Oddleif watches intently before finally saying, "They have a cart. I can hear it." You slow to get a better view and spy a small caravan of Varl. Eventually they catch up. Oh, it's Ubin! Greetings, Ivor. It's been quite a while since we talked, hasn't it? He says, "I know you, Ubin. Never imagined you to be one to defy the king. What made you leave?" He said, "Someone had to." And we say, "What do you mean?" Ubin said, "Bellower is heading this way." Ooh. Ivor says, "Already? How is that possible?" Ubin says, "A group of Varl from Wormtoe showed up around the back of Ironatoft, the Long One. Bellower and his army chased them across the summer path," they said. We say, "Past Wormtoe? That doesn't make sense. Bellower was at the bridge." Ubin says, "He must have doubled back after that serpent appeared. While we fought on the bridge, he led half his forces around to approach Einertoft from behind." We say, "The attack on the bridge was a feint?" Ivor said, "Don't let anyone tell you the Dredge aren't clever. Einertoft will fall within a day." Ubin says, "Maybe not. He's following you." I thought one of you might know why. You exchange nervous glances, but nobody speaks up. Ivor says, "Must be me then." Ubin says, "Is there something I don't know? It's quite a grudge he's holding if he's coming for you, Ivor." Ivan says, "It doesn't matter. Our only chance is to get to Singerholm. Juno will know what to do." Ubin says, "We'll join you. I came bearing supplies and warriors who would be happy to kill a dredge or two, I believe." Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. So we got more food and... oh, we got renown. Okay. Oh man, that was a close one. The caravan stops at a split in the road. Ahead, the path leading to Singlehorn veers off into the hills, which are now swimming with familiar black shapes. "Dredge that way too?" grimaces Ivan. "The summer path leads straight to Singerholm, while taking the main road will add several days. They're every way by now," replies Ubin. "I suggest we go around, past Hookstrup." Can we go around? Damn it. Okay, we can send scouts to see how dangerous summer path looks, cut through the dredge, or go around. Let's send the scouts. You send 2 scouts, only 1 returns. "I'll put it this way," he says. "We're not getting through that way. It's like they're emerging from the rock itself." Okay, so this is going to add more time. But we have to go past Hawkstorp. "I hate to say it," you tell Ivan, "but I'm not willing to walk into swarms of dredge anymore. Juno will have to wait." You turn toward the long round around Hookstrop instead, hoping you'll save lives in the process. So hold on. Let me check the map here. Okay, so we're gonna go. We were heading straight down, but we're going Hookstrop now. So let's see. High Pass. A reluctantly formed road. Once the travelers discovered that the summer path would often be completely blocked in the winter, it takes travelers the long way around Hookstrop, which has been good for Hookstrop's economy and nobody else. What's Hookstrop? From atop a high hill, Hookstrop is named for the many hawks that circle past the tall pines and the loft they sit in that lets them see down the valley towards Bowersgard. The town has never had many residents, but has been steadily growing since helping to construct the High Pass. Okay, so yeah, instead of going straight down, alright, let's keep going. Okay, there's something here. I hope that's the town. Stop! A resolute voice calls from somewhere in front of you. The surrounding terrain comes alive with armed fighters surrounding the caravan. No need for bloodshed, the leader says. Leave a couple of wagons and pretend you never even stopped here. We're going to inform them about the coming dredge. I'm guessing you have no idea the dredge are on their way, you shout. If that's the case, friend, says the leader, we need those supplies more than ever. Without even a glance to his men, the attack begins. All right, a-holes. Here I am trying to be helpful. And, oh, we can level up. Let's go. Me first. Okay. I got 2 points. Put in there. Okay. 12. We do not have enough. But I'm level 4. Okay, we don't have any level 4 items. Alright. Suppose we can level up one of our. No. We need to save it. Or actually Echo. I'm gonna promote him. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna give him another strength. And there. He's, oh, I just noticed his eye twitches. I shouldn't laugh, but it's like, I'm okay. I'll be okay, everybody. All right. Okay, with that, we're ready for battle. Okay. Okay. See, most of them are over here. Guts. Target, so. thought that was him. Damn it. Really? Just two? She's tough. I want her in my team. Cool. We can promote some people or buy food. I think this is the town. Or something. You enter a village of miners who want to know what has been happening recently between the rumblings. Oh my gosh, hiccups. Between the rumblings of the quake and the sightings of dredge in the distance. As you look around to see a lot of elderly and children, and know that these people will only be more mouths to feed. You know what? I'm going to let them make their own decision. You welcome anyone who wishes to join Caravan. Many do, while others choose to stay in their homes and see things through. You wish them luck. Okay. Let's check our heroes. Okay. We have 16. Hold on. We gotta buy food. We gotta get food. Okay, we have 11 days of food. So rest, heroes, market. Okay. Actually, where are we on the map? Oh my gosh. That's all we've gone? Oh man. It's gonna be okay, that was like 2 or 3 days. We have to get to Hawkstrop and then Cigarette. Oh man, okay. Okay. How's our morale? Ooh, weak. Shit, we need to rest. Okay, good morale. Let's get up to great. Alright. Let's get moving. Down to 7 days of food now. That might get us there. Look at that, shouts one of your clansmen. The caravan stops to watch dredge pooling into the village you just passed through. I hope anyone who stayed behind got out alive, says Aled. You have your doubts. They're coming, says Ivor, pointing out a line of dredge leaving the village and marching towards you. As you watch, the dredge in front falls over, then the one behind it falls as well. You hear a twang to your left. Nid, the archery student of Oddloose, who you recall deftly shooting a snow rabbit, is firing arrows down the hill. Another dredge topples. That's incredible, says Oddleaf, squinting. But we should get out of here. Oh, we can't return. No, yeah, we got to get going. So we're going to say, yeah, Odd's right. Let's go. But why don't you come with us next time you want to try out that bow? You tell Nid, who nods, a smile on her face. Oh, Nid's a party member now, I think. I hope. You notice most of the Varl pacing while others sleep. Their brief conversations with each other and other clansmen grow shorter and sharper. Go away, roars one Varl at a young girl asking him too many questions. All the clansmen stop and stare. I'm going to break the tension by making a joke. I think you just ruined her dream of marrying a Varl boy, you say, timing your smile just right. The giant grins, then throws back his head with a booming laughter. Other Varl join in the mirth, and the caravan feels a bit uplifted for it. The giant explains, we live in the north for its space. Endless miles of snow, ice, mountains, fields, space to be alone. But here, there is no time for such things. Understanding slowly trickles through the caravan, relieving some of the tension. Hey man, humor has its uses. Ooh, is this a godstone up here? Passes around you. In the frozen climate here, it looks like the box is split and is falling apart. Held together only by the deep snow. Curiously, standing between the stones, the wind drops off completely, picking up once again once you pass through. I almost wonder if we should rest here for the night, says Ira, who seems to have noticed the same thing. With all the snow around it, Dredge might not even be able to find us. We're going to stay here overnight. We walk around camp before settling in. Along each strand of Dunder's massive beard is carved a different part of his story, and you turn your head to and fro to read it. While the Loom Mother was the first to create, she soon found a counterpart in Dunder, who embodied her ideals in a masculine form. Dunder took some of her creations, gave them ears, and showed them the secrets of Smiths, who women remember him just as fondly for teaching them games, songs, and mirth. As the camp settles in, you notice a group of boys huddled around something. They show you an offering box, carved into the godstone itself. The box is an elaborate construction of interlocking pieces, which slide around when touched. You can't get it open, they tell you. It's like a puzzle. I'm gonna try and open it. The boys take turns working out the puzzle and give you tips when it's your turn. Though you don't seem to make much progress, eventually they leave to sleep until it's just you and a couple other determined youngsters. We're going to keep working on it. It's hard to know how long you spend sliding around the smooth puzzle pieces, but when people begin emerging from their tents, you know you're in trouble. Exhausted from a long sleepless night, we're still, the box remains closed as you shuffle wearily along with the caravan. Oh, I was hoping we could leave something. Oh well. Godstone Dunder. I like how it lines up like that. Alright. Oh! I like how the terrain is changing. We can make it... Oh. Ahead, you find what appears to be a good number of not pheasants, peasants, surrounded by brigands. Excuse me. One of the armed men looks over his shoulder and says, "Gods be damned, this is all I need. Listen, don't interfere, and one of these supply wagons is yours." While remaining silent, the peasants plead to you with their eyes. I'm going to say, what's going on here? "Nothing concerning you," he replies, "and before you start telling me otherwise, these are my clansmen. Thought they could run off with every scrap of food in the village. Now all I want is for you to move on. So take your share or don't." I'm going to draw our weapon. The man turns completely towards you, shaking his head. "Had a feeling you'd be that type," is all he says before the brigands rush you. Alright. So, yes, we have Nid. What is Nid's ability? Bird of Prey. The character uses her longbow to shoot further than other less experienced archers, and she always hits her mark. Bird of Prey makes it possible for her to strike units before they're able to get in an attack range, and allows her passive, Puncture, to be used against more enemies who may have been out of range from a normal shot. Oh, I like that. Puncture. By standing still, the archer is able to line up a shot that takes advantage of enemies' missing armor, doing bonus damage. For every 2 points of armor her target has lost, the archer gains 1 additional strength to her attack, as long as she didn't move beforehand. This makes her especially deadly near the end of a fight or against tough opponents who have lost a lot of armor. Okay. So, +2 to range, 100% chance to hit. God, yes. You're on the... You made the team. Okay, Alette, you're great. But I like Nid's ability. So actually, we're going to go... Definitely Nid. She's level 2. Let's give her that. Ivan, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like Alette, but it's just... Wait, do I have enough to level? No, we only got 2. Yeah, I like that. Let's see here, actually. Nope, I want her to have that one. Then we'll give that one to her. Actually, no. Can we? No. How do we unassign? Okay. So... What was that one? Per rest. Okay. Okay. Crummer is a war leader. Oh yeah, he can bump people up in initiative order. Okay. I really... He's only level 1? Okay. Okay. We got this. We got this. Okay. Here we go. My dog is going crazy. All right. So let's see here. We're going to move him over. You move back. Actually, there we go. All right, they're not terribly strong, but there's a lot of them. passing through anybody, but let's send him back. Love that headbutt. Okay. Yeah, Ned. No, not Ned. Oh, damn it. I want to hit the other one. Okay. Shit. Oh, they have to be armor. Armor. Okay, can I hit this guy? thought he was going down. Okay. Bowmaster, alright. Kermer is promoted. Rook is ready. Decent. Wait, what about... Oh. With the brigands either fallen or fled, the peasants They left behind thank you profusely. It is true what he said, one tells you. We took the food and left. And if the gods have mercy on me, I'd let them die. They hesitantly join your caravan. Okay. Okay, Hockstrup. We made it. In the distance, Hockstrup smolders like old campfire. Even from here, you can see black figures shambling through it. That looks like a dead town, remarks Ivor, confirming your impressions. There's usually survivors, Oddleaf reminds you. Check it out just in case. I hope others would do the same for me. Dredge or nothing we haven't faced before. Ivor grunts, but otherwise says nothing. Besides, it may throw Bellower off the scent a bit. You head a day's march out toward Hockstrup. Oh, okay. Morale decline. As soon as you step foot in the small town, you think you've made a mistake. It's thoroughly littered with corpses. Within moments, the dredge are upon you as though you stirred up an angry hornet's nest. You draw your weapons. Okay. How much? 14? Pretty sure I don't have enough. Need 20. Okay, can't promote me. Okay, let's get Cromer up. He needs a promotion. Alright. There we go. And we have 9. Let's see. Can we get Nid up? Nid is not ready. Wait. Why isn't the promotion on? Oh, she's got 2 points available. There we go. Okay. Ivor, I think it needs 15. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Logan is ready to promote. Ready to promote. Okay. Mogan only needs 5, but yeah, we're going to go with what we have now. Okay, ready for battle. Okay. This is a weird setup. Be able to do this, but right off the bat, we'll do it and take care of it. Aha! bodies. Oh! Oh! Sorry, totally sorry. Really didn't mean to do that. I feel real bad about it. Wait. This is the... Okay, now we're gonna do this. Um... Wait, they have to be right next to him? Damn it. Okay. Kramer's promoted is ready for promotion. This town is nothing but ghosts, and now covered in more dredge bodies too. Remarkably, as you're about to leave, you find an old man sitting quietly in a tattered market stall, with a couple of items in front of him. He hums to himself as if nothing were wrong and seems to be in shock. Your clansmen gather him into the caravan before you leave. Okay, we have another clansman there. Oh, let's talk to, I think this is Nid. She says, I don't know if we've ever spoken. I'm Nid, your rook. No. We've actually been traveling together for a long time. Isn't it strange how you can be so close to people and not know them? We say, every day I pass people I swear I've never seen before. She says, I wanted to thank you for letting me join you. Have you always been such a good shot? She said, honestly, I never even tried before Oddleaf made me. I spent my whole life making clothes, cleaning. We say, Oddleaf's good, but I don't think it was all her doing. She said, it feels right. I just look where I want it to go. Anyway, I feel better. The caravan, the people worrying all day and making problems. Sometimes they really stew in their misery. I'm glad I can do something helpful. Where are you from? I don't think you're from Skoger. I knew most of the people there. She says, no, I had a house in Frostveller, but we were driven out when the dredge started showing up. My husband died trying to protect our home. My sons and I were thrown out into the fields. I'm sorry. She said, Eckel's men killed my husband. Now Eckel is traveling with us. Oh, shit. For a long time, I was angry. Why did he get to live? Why did you decide for the rest of us? You look away momentarily, not sure what to say. she says, but I've let it go. I have 3 sons, and I don't want them to grow up with hatred in their hearts. That's why I wanted to thank you. Wow, thank you. You're welcome. I should be going. Don't think anything of it. We all have our own problems to deal with. Let me know if you need me to put an arrow in something. She returns to her tent where her boys are waiting for her. Hell yeah, you're great. Awesome. Okay, let's see here. Heroes. What's in the market? 1 renown gets 10. We only have 3 days worth. Hold on. Check the heroes. Let's see. 4, 3, 2. We should be able to get Krumer leveled up. Okay, and then we're going to do that. Okay, he's rank 3 now. Ivor has that. We have crit chance. He has 2 arm. Negative aggro. Wait. What does he have? Oh, he just got that. Yeah, we'll give him that one. Or, yeah. 2 break. Actually, that one. Okay, and then Ekel. What does Ekel have? Oh, he's still got a level 1 thing. We'll give him that. Okay. And then we'll spend the 9 on food. All right, that's it. Oh, we gotta rest. There we go. Now we gotta go. Yeah, we're getting out of the snowy biome. Oh, this is something. Hawkfrosta, the young girl who joined your caravan after being found nearly frozen, suddenly stands still, refusing to move. She points off the side of the trail and stares, her eyes full of fear. This again, remarks one of the clansmen nearby. I'm going to say, show me. She nods and slowly draws a tent. Edge, she says, pointing to the tent and then again off the trail. Your confusion prompts her to draw another symbol on the tent, one you've seen before on dredge armor. Okay. Send scouts ahead to check, just in case. A few scouts begrudgingly head in the direction Hawkfrosta is pointing. In mere moments, war horns ring out and the scouts run back with a huge contingent of dredge on their heels. Though you're able to get the men on their feet in time, this fight is brutal and over quickly. You curse your luck as you count the bodies. But she knew. Oh shit, we lost 8 Varl? Oh, it's a Godstone. The Godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor sees some children away from the solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Should we be worried about that? You ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning. Okay, I'm gonna inspect the godstone. Ingrid's godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, though Ivan tells you some of the menders have deciphered them. It's how the menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone on a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, Ivan doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. All right, we're going to pick up and move on. As you're ready to depart, you hear screams from near the main godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivor, his arms cross your chest. This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. Alette pushes past and gasps. Stop, shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. Seen what? Ivor says, leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small, stony figure, its hand searching for something it can't find. Oddleaf says, that's a baby. We say, that dredge is a woman. Oddleaf says, we've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time, leaving them to die. Ivor says, in a war, it's only the males who fight. Or isn't. Rook says, we've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women with children on their backs attacking us? Ivor says, they're not invading, they're running. Oh, that's right, because of the prophecy. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. Ivan says, when I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness, something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Oddleaf says, Ivor, you knew. Why? Why didn't you say something? I'm just going to say, Ivor? He says, when I was young, I killed one of the Sunder during the Second War. We call it rays. Every time we would build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl and stumbled upon Rays deep in a snowstorm, alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe, it twisted in the wind, and her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed the Sunder. When I found my way to Grolfheim, the Varl wanted to make me Kender, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skoger, where no one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. Okay. For a long time, nobody says a thing until the child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby? She asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. I'm going to say we take it with the caravan. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take the dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterward, one of the women comes to you. Its swaddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere. From the goddess herself, if you ask me. Persevere. From the goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. Oh, we got an item. Okay. 4 days worth of food. You're making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area that the Varl have gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. Grummer says, Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a meat house than battling asunder? He says, no, I'd rather be known for not dying. Grummer says, don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some warriors, plow headfirst into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost, now they're not following you. Ubin says, when you did this 100 times, did they have Bellower leading them? Grummer says, have you never heard about the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? Both Varl halt their debate when they suddenly notice you watching. They say, what's this about? Ubin says, careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. Grummer says, the warriors were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredge on our asses. Ubin says, Bellower pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. Grummer says, how about some gratitude? Thought you'd be happy to finally be oldest Varl in the land, Ubin. Ubin says, I'm never happy to lose more, Varl, Grummer. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. I say, old rival you've got there. Here. Grummer says, comments like that remind me I've already wasted too much time doing nothing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you coming, Yngvar? You could ask Bellower for your arm back. Ivor says, don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Grummer says, all right then, I'll tell Hatterbrog you said hello. Grummer and a good many Varl warriors head out toward the growing army of dredge. What? Rook says, is he coming back? Ivor says, he always has before. And Ubin says, but this time feels different, I fear. Shit! We just lost him. Oh, come on, something. The trail of blood leads to a clearing where you find a large wounded Varl. He is gnawing on his shield, swearing at no one in particular and occasionally slamming his cudgel into the ground. If not for the heavy bleeding, you'd leave this one alone without a second thought. I say, we can help if you want it. In a heartbeat, the Varl is on his feet, swinging his massive weapon. You jump clear as the cudgel smashes through the trunk of a tree. Your party scatters to avoid the falling timber. Once you recover, the Varl is long gone, leaving only another trail of blood, which you decide against following this time. Okay, then. Weird. Okay. Sigholm, this is a big one. We can get there. We can do this. Shit! Gather round, doubters, echoes the shout in the distance, as Grummer and his band of warriors break through a nearby foliage. And behold, the invincible Varl. The caravan is thrilled to see Grummer return safely. Did the plan work? Asks Ubin. Work, responds Grummer. Of course it worked. Same old dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find their own asses. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these, Grummer says, tossing a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a Varl. He leans in close, whispering so Ubin can't hear. Had something to do with a raven's nest and a hair tie. Okay. Oh, the rivalry, maybe? He's talking
As
about?
Sigurholm approaches, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud home sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
And we made it with 2 days worth of food to spare. Nice. Okay, so I noticed, I think our banner reflects the size or the time. One catastrophe to another, says Oddleaf as you pull into Singerholm. The sound appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. No, says Ivan, looking frantic. Where is she? He runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling that you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare, aside from the occasional skeleton of ruined fishing boat. You reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. Oddleaf says, all I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of caravan, you've inadvertently walked into a debate between Oddleaf and Ivan. Ivan says, as long as we need to. Oddleaf says, I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. We say, why? What's wrong? Oddleaf says, something doesn't feel right. The people are staring at us like those vultures in the wastes. Alette says, I'm sorry, Ivan. I think Oddleaf is right. I saw a man. The whole time we were setting up, he was just watching me. In a creepy way. And how long before the dredge find us here? Ivan says, Juno will come. Just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at our heroes. Wait. Cromer, we want him back. Oh, man. Okay. Do we have enough? Yes. Alright, 2 points. Get more shield, yeah. Wait, are we maxed out? Is 5 the highest you can go? It is. Okay. Okay, so we're ranked 3. Okay. So 5 is the max. Alright. So we only have 4 left. That's not enough for anybody, but oh wait. 3 strength. Actually, we're going to put that to him. And then give him that. And what was this? 1 strength, 3 list. Let's go. Okay. Actually, hold on. This is a 3. So let's give it to Oddly. Some 2s. Give that to Hogan. Okay, and these 1s. Arm. Go to Armor. 1 strength. Arm. Strength. And then wait, oh, that doesn't have anything. Why is it showing Ned doesn't have it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it sure does. Okay. All right. Everybody's got something. And then... That's not good. Let's go talk to... we say, "You're really worried about her, aren't you?" Ivan says, "What? What? Oh, Juno. Worry doesn't begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here, or something has happened to her..." We reply, "Are you sure what you saw was real? It could have been a dream, or, I don't know. You were pretty exhausted." He says, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure anymore. Everything is a blur. Don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope it wasn't just a dream. What's it like to be a mender? He says, "Being a mender? I guess I really never thought about it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I would join the order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father, both menders. The guild is for lots of people now, builders and healers." We say, "Do they all pull lightning out of the sky?" He said, No, that's not normal. That's one of the reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helps me control things like this, so we don't end up scaring people." "How exactly does weaving work, anyway?" He says, "Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything is part of the tapestry. It's made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it, really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. Look at my staff, for example. Some menders carve intricate patterns in the wood to help them remember the shapes of... Or, like I said, it's hard to explain." "Why is Bellower still following us?" He says, "I saw Grolfheim as it burned." Ivan gets a faraway look in his eyes. "The thunder blew through it like a tempest. The Vara fell in the thousands. Most of the thunder left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to or heading toward Ironbang. Bellower stayed in Grolfheim, just for the sport of it, I think. As we fled to Einertoft, I thought he must want to wipe the Varl off the map completely. But then he came after us. Maybe he knew Ivor was the one who killed Reyes." He says, "Maybe, but let's just make sure he doesn't catch up." "Do you think this is the end times?" I don't know what to think. I wish I could give you a better answer. If we escape the dredge, that serpent said a darkness was covering the world. I don't know how long that will take, or what it means even. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. The Menders are in Arenbang. Arborang. Yeah. If we can find ships and make it to the capital, we might have a chance." "Okay. I won't take any more of your time." "No, it's okay, Rook. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spend all day worrying about serpents or thunder. I think a lot of people are intimidated, or scared maybe, of me. Don't worry, it's nothing new. I'm used to it. Maybe sometime we can talk about things that don't include the world ending." "Okay." Okay. So where are we supposed to go? Yeah, it didn't say anywhere to go, so I guess we're just going to rest? A scuffle has broken out in front of the houses. "Thief!" shouts one of your people as a group of strangers flee from your camp. Oddleaf is already running in their direction. "They took our supplies," you hear from nearby. I'm going to chase the thieves. Come on, you shout, and several join you in the chase. You wander onto the beach where some men have been waiting for you. Some terse words are exchanged about whether anything had been stolen or not. You don't see who draws the first weapon, but it ends the conversation dead. Alright, so we're fighting. And yep, we're going to go with this group. So there we go. There we go. Wait, she has shield wall? What? The thieves scatter pretty quickly when you start laying into them, but when you return to the caravan, you discover why. Even more supplies have gone missing since you rushed out to fight. I knew it. A random assortment of people from the caravan confront you. Listen, says one, we don't feel safe here. I don't know anything about menders or whatever, but we're going to leave and I hope you'll join us. Looks like a couple dozen people, farmers and fighters alike, feel the same way. Yeah, we've got one day of food. Let's get out of here. You agree that it's time to go. Ivan casts his eyes upon the ground but doesn't protest. The caravan picks up and prepares to leave. So where are we going? We've got other problems, says Ivor. The whole place is flooded. We could try to walk the muddy parts, but it'd be slow going. We could try to float the caravan over the lake, but we might tip or get stuck. Or we could just go around the whole thing, but no idea how long that'll take. What do you think? We'll pay some locals to help. The locals become a lot more helpful when you swallow your pride and start offering food for help crossing the river. Oh, I thought I was going to use renown. Oops. They give you small fishing boats to borrow and show you the area with the best chance of making it across. You hope your luck holds out as you launch from the shore. Despite, or you suspect because of your vigilance, the locals from Sigerholm don't try anything underhanded as they take you in their small boats to the other side of the lake over several trips. You leave them with a generous amount of food and they row back to their town. You hope it's worth it to buy some space from Bellower, who will have to drag his armies through mud on foot. But we're out of food now. We have no food. And I don't even know where we're going. Oh my gosh, this is bad. And how did I get renowned? Yeah, I don't even know where we're going. A flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere and quickly thickens until you are unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out a complete halt, but the screaming winds drown out the sound. A day passes before the blizzard abates and the clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. It quickly becomes apparent that not everybody is where you last saw them, and a quick search of the area is not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. We're gonna commit to an hour more searching before departing. While calling out for missing family and friends, the clansmen trample the snow in a boggy slush. Any chance of finding tracks are soon lost, and the caravan slowly submits to their solemn failure. Dang. Yeah, we're not doing good. As you're about to head off to sleep for the night, Onef pulls you aside. I have a couple of concerns I want to speak with you about, he says, in private. You find a quiet place to talk. What's on your mind? He says, how well do you know the people traveling with us? How many strangers are in the caravan now? Well, we're all kind of strangers. Who are you worried about? He says, I've been watching folks since I joined you. Your companions from Skoger, they're loyal. I mean, it seems pretty clear that they die to protect you. You say, I suppose I do the same. He says, what about the Varl? You don't even know half those warriors. You're telling me they have no problem following a man's orders now? After everything that happened at Einertoft? They joined us voluntarily. He says, and they might voluntarily put a sword in your gut, too. What happens the first time the Varl don't want to do what you tell them? If Krumer gave the word, I guarantee at least half would follow. Let's be honest, they could take this caravan by force at any time if they wanted to. They haven't. Doesn't mean they won't. They're not the biggest problem, though. There's a mender with us, a mender who pulls lightning out of the sky and tells us what to do and where to go. Myself, I think we lucked out when his mentor didn't show up in Singhorn. Ivan's just the apprentice. What in the depths is his master capable of? Think about it, Rook. What do you really know about Ivan? I heard they were found practically dead in the middle of nowhere when the dredge started showing up. Then an enormous serpent shows up at Einertoft after tearing the world in half. Takes one look at Ivan and bolts. Suddenly they need our help instead of the Mender Council? How does that make any damn sense? Yeah, Ivan could have taken control long before now. A shrewd man with ambitions can be very patient. I'm grateful for what you've done to get us this far, Rook. But it's always been about trust. I think it's time to part ways, so to speak. Nothing personal. Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onif is holding a knife buried in your ribs. What? Oh, what? Your vision blurs and blood fills your sight. You gasp again. There's a bird whistle, and the camp becomes a blur of motion. Onif's fighters from Frostweather leap into action, cutting people down. As Oddleaf turns to fire on the men, Onif runs her through and pulls the blade from her back without even breaking his stride. She drops like a sack of flour. Onif heads straight for Alette, who freezes in unbridled terror. You rise to your feet through the pain. Oddleaf is dead. Fuck. Somehow you find the strength to cleave the nearest traitor in two, but you can't find the breath to shout. You think your lung might be punctured. Onif clutches Alette's wrist amidst the commotion, tosses her bow aside, and pulls her into the deep woods. Her eyes meet yours across the campsite. No, her lips say, though you can't hear the words. A dozen men appear between you as Ivor steps into view, as fearsome as you've ever seen him. Well, son of a... Okay. So I'm a little upset right now. Okay. Wow, he had a lot of points available. Oh, he's got 2 promotions available. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So I'm level 5. I kind of want to get... because I'm maxed out. Okay, so Ivan and Rook are maxed out. Okay, ready for battle. Oh, you guys are going to... Okay, here we go. Where is Alette? Shouts Ivor, tearing through the nearest bandit. But you're already hobbling into the deep woods where they disappeared, ignoring the battle raging behind you. In a haze of pain, you start to think you've lost their tracks. Then you hear Alette screaming in the distance, followed by silence. You tear through the trees. In a small clearing, Alette lies with her back against a tree. Her hands and her clothes are covered in blood. She stares vacantly ahead, unblinking. Beside her is the body of Onef, an arrow buried in his right eye as if placed there by hand. She looks in your direction and then at Onef. I killed him, she says. Yeah, that was her concern about killing people. Alette, are you alright? You cringe as much from the pain as the appearance of Alette after her bloody struggle with Onef. She says, no, I'm not hurt. I had no choice. Dad, your chest, you're bleeding. Suddenly she's at your side, putting pressure on the wound. She says, I can fix this. Where's my needle? Oddleaf, anyone. Ivan says, Ivor, I found them. Just as your sight goes black, you see Ivan, Ivor, and Alette standing over you. Alette says, he's going to make it? Your eyes open to the sound of Alette's voice. Ivan says, normally, a wound like that, I only hope I did enough. You say, I'll survive. She says, Dad! Alette stops herself from hugging your bandaged chest, pulling your head to her instead. The words come out easier than you expected. Oddleaf? Ivor says, it's a good thing Ivan was here. Oh, she's going to pull through, though it was a nasty wound. We managed to kill most of those traitorous sons of bitches, and the rest fled into the woods. Ivan says, there were a lot of people I couldn't save. Alette says, you did everything you could, Ivan. Nobody expects you to raise the dead. Ivan frowns deeply, putting a hand to his forehead. He says, why did Onef do this, Rook? He was talking to you right before it happened. He'd been planning it all along, I think. Ivor says, I think that much is clear. Echo killed a good half dozen of Onef's men by himself. He told me Onef was running Frostveller the whole time. He left Frostveller behind when he saw a better opportunity. Guess that relationship is over. Echo was always just barking dog you put in the yard to find out who your enemies are. It was no accident Onef went after those of us from Skogar. We say, he must have thought with us gone he'd take the banner and the rest would fall in line. Ivor says, or at worst, they'd take all the supplies for themselves and leave the rest as dredge bait. Well, joke's on you, we don't have any supplies. We have to be more careful. We just can't let anyone join the caravan anymore. No, nothing changes. We're not like him. Ivor says, you're a better person than I, Rook. None of this changes the fact that Bellower is out there somewhere, following us. That swamp around Sighorn might buy us some time, but we've got to keep moving. Your body aches all over, but Ivor's right. The road calls. The caravan is already starting to pack up camp. I don't even know where we're going. There's no market here. But we got points to spend. Let's see here. We don't have enough. He takes 20, I think. Yep. How about Groomer? Wait, no. Yeah, Groomer. Takes 15. All right. Okay. He's poor now. Okay, well, he'll keep what he has. And let's go talk to Oddleaf. Oh, and Echo. Well, here, let's talk. Well, let's talk to Oddleaf, because she almost died. How's the wound? You notice Oddleaf wince as she rises to greet you. She says, "It's doing a lot better. When I saw it happen, I thought for sure. Well, I'm really glad you're..." She says, "You would have missed me, Rook?" She smiles. "Without Ivan, that's all you could have done. Instead, you'll have to put up with my crap a little longer. It still aches like you wouldn't believe, though. Oh, maybe you would. Heard you took a stabbing yourself. I guess things could have gone worse. How are you doing?" "I'm doing all right," she says. "Sometimes it's lonely since my husband died." Okay, is that... I guess I'd say it's more like being alone, even surrounded by all these people. Not like I don't have enough to worry about, though. I'm glad to have a let around. And you, Rook." Is she kind of hitting on us? Is that... What do you think about the caravan? You mean, should we start kicking people out? That's a tough one. Usually, I'd be the first to give you a dirty look for suggesting it. On the other hand, I got a sword in my back. Oddleaf thinks for a long moment before sighing. "Don't send anyone away. Just make sure nothing happens to Alette. I'll let you get some rest." "Okay, thanks. I'll take you up on that. You know, you're welcome to keep me company." Okay, she's hitting on us. That's gotta be. "When I'm a little more awake, I mean. I'll talk to you later." That was right? Or am I reading that wrong? All right. This is Eckel. "Look who it is. Still not dead. How are things, Rook?" I could never guess with you, Eckel. I heard you helped drive off the traitors when Onef attacked us. And it leaves me always wondering, what's your deal?" He says, "I'm not so hard to understand. Why don't you try asking instead of telling?" Okay. Why didn't you warn us about Onef?" "Didn't I?" Oh shit, he did. He actually did. How many times did I have to call him a traitor before you got the message?" "What'd you want me to say? Watch out, Onef's going to murder your whole family?" He didn't fill me in on the details. He was always like that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to convince you to off me. But listen, I don't need to know, so keep it to yourself. Why did you stick with him?" "I don't know, Rook. Family makes you do weird things. You know what the worst part is? We became kin when he married my sister. She died of a fever one night. But she didn't. She wasn't sick. Oh. He killed her. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he just felt like it. I was so furious. I got so angry that I wanted him to beg. I could kill him without a second thought, but that wasn't enough. I wanted him to feel sick about it, puke his guts out. And somehow that turned into... Over time, he never cared, and I gave up and did what he wanted. Don't know how it happened. But when I attacked you in Frostfeller, guess I'll just say it wasn't my idea. I'm going to say, you're welcome to stay with us. Had no plans to go anywhere. So you're going to let me walk around with my own axe and everything?" We say, "That doesn't mean I'm not watching you." He says, "I can accept that. You're a good man. I need to get going. And I need to take a piss. You're not the only busy man around here, you know." You shake your head as Eckel steps away from camp. Okay. We have no food. We have poor morale, but staying here isn't going to do anything. So we need to get moving. Harsh words from one mother to another draw the attention of the entire caravan. My daughter marries Ragni, or no one. That reed thin tramp you call a daughter won't provide sons. The insulted mother bares her teeth, ready to attack. I'm going to say, explain yourselves. Ragni chooses my daughter or his own, the insulted mother says, but this one thinks I have something to do with it. Launching forward, the first one flails wildly, shouting, "Liar!" The women are separated, eventually calm down, but you worry this is far from over. Okay, we got a city maybe? A town? Something? We're running out of Varl. The villagers here are completely oblivious to the destruction that is coming. All we've seen is some dark figures far off, they tell you. Aside from a few young families, they're reluctant to pick up their things and join you. Okay. I've got 2. Alright, that's all we got, so where are we? And I don't even, nobody said where we're going. We're just heading south, I guess? We just gotta keep going. We have like 1 day's worth of food. Our morale is gone. The caravan consists of more clansmen than you ever expected. Accusations of stolen chickens, missing heirlooms, and concerns over daughter's virtue are the sorts of things you hear relentlessly. Even fighters complain of spreading too thin to protect everyone. I'm going to form a council to handle that shit. You select a few older members to solve everyday issues, but infighting neuters their progress. Other members feel they could do a better job. Ultimately, while it buys some time, the council dissolves, tired of the thankless and demanding work. Well, shit. Okay, got another godstone coming up. The sounds of a skirmish alert you to a Varl surrounded by half a dozen armed fighters. One man spots you and shouts, "Leave us to our business. This Varl killed my father without reason." The Varl is about to respond when the man attacks. The giant swats the blade aside and silently watches for the next assault. I'm going to say, let us hear what the Varl has to say. The Varl shrugs as if unconcerned, saying, "This one's father and I had a business deal. He lied. Now he's dead." "Lies," shout the man. "You murdered him over a lie, you coward." The men wildly attack the Varl, who deflects them well enough, but you're uncertain of how he can keep it up. Let's defend the Varl. "Ivor," you say, "we could use any Varl with a good sword arm, couldn't we?" He nods, readying his weapon. The men immediately back off. The prospect of fighting your entire army suddenly unappealing. They watch from a distance, shouting obscenities and something about injustice. The Varl turns towards you. Didn't need the help, but if I'm going to travel, it may as well be in the company of other Varl. He falls in line with the others, and you return to travel. Got some renown there. Another godstone. There's a tree stump on it. The imposing godstone of Bjorolf approaches. His severe visage makes it feel like he's watching you even now. The caravan spreads out, happy to be free of the confining forest and in open fields. Hogan pulls you aside to show you some red berries growing on an ash tree that looks like it was chopped down long ago. These shouldn't be growing here, he says excitedly. Haven't seen these in a long time. He and Mogan busily go about collecting the berries. In fact, in honor of Bjorolf, some of the caravan crack kegs of mead and wine before anyone can stop them. To the only God that matters, they shout. Everyone drinks, and you're glad for the merriment that has swept over the caravan. I'm gonna help collect berries. What exactly are these, you ask Hogan? When I would travel to Borsgard with my father, sometimes he'd buy us a few of these, Hogan replies. Couldn't be a luckier find. See for yourself. You try one and feel energy returning to your tired limbs. Not taking a few more would be a wasted opportunity, you figure. As the hour becomes late, the caravan is eventually ready to get back on the road. The day by Bjorl Stone is one of the few memories that hasn't been tarnished by the specter of bad fortune. You think to yourself. Thistleberry. Okay, there's a town coming up. We have 5 renown. A mother's screams flood the caravan. Her daughter lies dead in a tent. We all know who did this, she spits, staring directly at the woman she scuffled with previously. Murder over a marriage? In these times? Something must be done, the accused woman remains silent. I'm going to investigate the death. A healer joins you in inspecting the young girl's corpse. An old infection, says the healer. No punctures, no choking, no poison. She died of disease. You report the news to the caravan. The mother admits she had always known her daughter was ill, and everyone moves on. This is...
Reinvik is more of a smattering of farmhouses than a proper town. Though judging by stray dredge stalking through empty fields, it is barely even that anymore.
Reinvik comes and goes as a long series of farmhouses, abandoned and crawling with dredge. The farmers have probably already fled to Borsgard. You try to hurry past, but are eventually spotted. Dredge start ambling in your direction. What is that? Points out Oddleaf up near one of the longhouses. In the distance, a large person, clothes seemingly covered in blood, is cursing loudly and stumbling about. He staggers into a longhouse, laughing. The dredge heading in your direction turn back. Roaring, they begin to pound on the longhouse door. They seem to be holding a grudge against this particular person. You doubt the door will hold long. We're going to rush to help. Against my better judgment, we should probably do something, you say. The others agree, even though it means putting them all at risk. As you quietly approach, the dredges have managed to splinter the door and break through. Hey, shouts Alvaro, wearing all red, standing in the other side of the dredge. Come all the way up here just for me? He seems unconcerned about the dredge as he hoists his enormous sword. Oh. Okay. Cromer. Ivor. Me. Ned. And Ivan. Who is he? Sigbjorn. He's a rank 5 warhawk. Let's see. Found in a drunken stupor, Sigbjorn appears to be part of a clan of questionable morals currently residing in Boersgard. All right. Let's go. Okay. So you... Nope. That's not good. Sigbjorn says, "Welcome to my mead house. Sigbjorn's House of Mead." Ivar says, "Wasn't expecting a Varl this far south, or this drunk." Sigbjorn says, "I can see that." There are people huddled in the corners of the mead hall, looking on with uneasiness. We say, "Who are all these? Who are you people?" Sigbjorn says, No, they're friends. They made this place. It's not really mine." We say, "You lured Dredge back to a room full of unarmed people? What's wrong with you?" He says, "Come on, I saved everyone in here. They shared some fine drink. The best drink." "Wait, I was saving your ass. Remember that part? If you knew you'd come up here, you could have told me." Ivar says, "What do we do with this guy?" How much meat is left? Anyone here is welcome to join us. The townspeople show a huge stack of barrels filled with quality mead and help you haul them back to the caravan. Oh, good. Think we have supplies. Sigbjorn says, "I'll miss this place. Good memories." With some help, you gather up the casks of mead and head back to the caravan. Sigbjorn and the other survivors in tow. The caravan gives the boisterous Varl a large berth as you set out for Boersgard. Okay, we have 3 days worth of food. Okay. Ugh, what did you do? What did I do? Sigbjorn wakes in a pool of his own sick. Why am I surrounded by small people? The other clansmen let him sleep off his drunken stupor on the ground, and this morning he's paying the price. We'll help him recover. Reluctantly, your clansmen offer any food and drink they can scrounge together for the moaning Varl. When one offers thin mead, he pushes it away. "In fact, take this away from me," he says, handing you his massive mead stein. Eventually, Sigbjorn comes to you. "I won't get into details," he says. "I was supposed to bring those casks from Reinvik back to Boersgard. I drank maybe half, by accident." "Point is," Sigbjorn continues, "you don't tell anybody what happened, and I won't tell anyone about the mead you got, okay? Trust me on this one. You agree, and get back to travel." Jeez, we're already 1 day. And no encouragement or tales of glory will lift the spirits of this caravan. In the north, we have times like this, says one of the Varl. The other giants grin, raising tankards and horns of mead. "Skål!" they shout, then make short work of their drinks, explaining that each person takes a drink when someone tells a story that is more miserable than the last. Others join them for the second round, and mead is passed your way. I'm going to join the giants in drinking. Taking the mead, you shout, "Skål!" The crowd cheers and laughter echoes through the camp for hours as each person comes up with increasingly more absurd tales of woe. The Varl's remedy is a success, and the caravan is in much better mood the following day, albeit hungover and with less mead than before. What's this we're coming up on? An old man sits astride an overgrown portion of the trail. "You lost, you ask?" He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, "No, are you?" He jumps up and shuffles towards the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. "Well, I've seen better," the old man says, peering into the supply wagons. "But I'll join you." He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder and puffs up his chest. The fighter grins and the stranger exhales, asking, "What are we waiting for? Lead the way." Who are you and what are you doing out here? Call me Unnar, or anything else you like, the old man says. A man goes where he pleases, doesn't he? His stern look is more comical than intimidating, but you stop looking for answers. You're welcome to join if you can keep pace. Keep pace? The old man puffed through his mustache. No fleeter than Unnar, and husbands, mind your wives. I'm cursed with the golden tongue, not silver. The caravan enjoys a good laugh as they start moving once again.
As we pass steep cliffs, the sprawl of Boersgard comes into view. A city of contrasting rich and poor, opportunity and gamble. Our best hope for salvation, or our graves.
Boersgard. Chapter 7, The Slayer and the Slain. Finally, you arrive at Boersgard, where the walls stretch for miles in both directions and are littered with bodies of Dredge, Varl, and men. Excuse the mess, shouts a voice from above the gates. Looking up, you spy a striking Varl, his face wreathed in matted black hair. Movement at the gate catches your eye. Dredge are still banging on the gate doors, without luck. Let us in, you shout. Sigborn pushes past. I won't be hearing the end of this for a while, he says before yelling, Open up, Bulwark. They dug me out of Renvik. You hear a laugh echoing on the wind as the doors creak. A dozen armed men led by the massive Varl make quick work of the dredge and usher you into the city. Sigborn says, You may be interested to know they brought a mender. Bulwark says, You didn't go to get a mender. Where's the mead? Sigborn shrugs apologetically. Bulwark says, I guess the mender will do. Either we've got a chance now or we're completely screwed. We say, I'm Rook. We've come a long ways, some as far as Skoger. Are you in charge here? He says, in charge of the governor, I suppose. Listen, if you have something to tell him, say it now. Otherwise, you're on your own. I don't care where you go, but stirring up trouble is probably the only reason you'll see me again. It won't be to talk. Mender, come along. We're going to see the governor. Bulwark and Sigborn leave with Ivan, who goes willingly, signaling that he's fine. We say, Fane, this is just like Frostfeller all over again. Ivor said, This is nothing like Frostfeller. The one in Bearskin is probably leading the Ravens. We say, Ravens, is that good or bad? Ivor says, It depends on who they're working for. Hopefully, it really is the governor and not someone trying to strong-arm their way into his seat. We say, I guess we wait for Ivan to tell us if he comes back. Ivor says, I'm not worried about Ivan. I'm worried about the army of refugees we brought, who don't belong here. We say, You're probably right. Nobody ever uttered a nice thing about Boersgard. So what now? Ivor says, We ought to go to the docks and see what our options are, in case we need to leave quickly. Did you notice the city guards when we came in? We reply, What guards? Ivor says, I have a feeling the Ravens are all they've got left. Something serious went down. And when Bellower gets here, he's going to walk right through this place without even breaking his stride. We reply, Let's keep that to ourselves for now. So, the docks. Okay, heroes. I really wish we could sell some of these items. Oh. Okay. That's a fun. What do we got here? Do that. There we go. Put Echo back in. Okay. Yeah, I really wish we could sell some of these. Alright. We need food. What is that? That's the map. Docks. Market! Wait, 1-to-1? That's a shitty deal. Dude, that was not a good deal. 1-to-1? Oh man, we have to. Okay, let's go back to the heroes. How many do we have? We have 9. Maybe? Oh no, she's not ready to promote. Echo. Can't do. Okay. Heroes, market, docks, map. Alright, let's go to the docks. When you get to the docks, your heart sinks. Not a long ship to be seen, aside from wrecks. Bodies float in the water. Buildings are trashed and boarded up. What happened here? Murmurs Zalette. They're all gone, says Ivan, approaching alone. I see you had the same thought as me. Alette says, Ivan, you're okay. He replies, I'm fine. It wasn't a lie. The governor is here. He's in hiding. Alette says, why? Ivan says, since the dredge started appearing, anyone with a ship and half a wit left long ago. People can't leave by foot. Food is scarce. The markets are bare. Beauregard is a fire keg waiting for someone to tip it over. Ivor says, so the governor is paying the ravens to protect him against his own people. Ivan says, and keep the peace, so to speak. It's more like a massacre anytime there's a hint of an uprising. We say, where does that leave us? Ivan says, I promised him the Mender's protection in Arborang. I don't think he's very popular there. They're going to start tearing this place down to build new ships. We can ride the Ormosa River all the way to the capital. We say, leaving another perfectly good city behind. How long will it take to build new ships? Alette says, hold on, what happens to the people living in Beauregard? Ivan says, it's the best I could do, Alette. He thought it could take as long as a month. You don't usually make ships out of scrap lumber. As soon as people figure out what's going on, there's going to be riots in the streets. Ivor says, a month? Why bother? Belleroy will be here within the week, if not sooner. Ivan says, I'm open to suggestions. Ivor says, Gods be damned. Is there no end to this? Ivor roars in frustration, leaving you standing by the docks. Alette gives you a worried look before chasing after him. Ivan? What do we do about Belleroy? Ivan says nothing for a moment. And he says, I don't know. Well, fuck. Okay, let's go talk to Ivor. You find Ivor standing on the city walls, overlooking the fields outside. Dredge are keeping their distance, but continue to gather. Ivor says, I'm okay, Rook. Ivor cuts you off before you can say anything. You know he's been through worse. Just feels like someone could cut us a break every now and then. If you want to be standing a month from now, we're going to have to be prepared. What did you have in mind? First off, our clansmen need a place to stay. They'll get torn to pieces out in the streets. I'll keep an eye on the dredge up here. If they break through the walls, we're done for, so we'll have to keep them back. Could always use a hand with that. We need to know who's controlling what and make sure we get our cut. Food's going to become scarce. And when they start building those ships, we're going to have to keep people away. We say, what a damn mess. I'll do what I can. Ivor explains, I'm leading attacks with Ivan every time the dredge get too close to the gates. Listen, we're going to lose fighters and Varl every day like this. I don't need to tell you what happens if nobody's manning this wall. We could always use help. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely take a full day. Find a source for supplies. I checked around, Oddleaf tells you, and nobody has food, or they won't part with it for a fair price. And our medicine has been gone for days. They're either gouging the prices or it's just plain gone. She doesn't say it, but you can tell this is going to be a serious problem. Track down the ravens and see what they know. Fuck. You find the massive leader of the ravens along the docks, where they're doing their best to keep a growing number of people in check while the boats are being constructed. You question him about food supplies. Should have brought your own, he says. I can't go giving out to every person in Beauregard. I'd kill every last bastard in the city for some good meat, though. This place has been dry for weeks. I'm going to remind him innocent people will starve to death. Bolvik laughs in your face. Looking for mercy from me? I'd rip your head off on the spot if it were part of the contract. You take the hint and leave the docks, more worried than before and with nothing to show for it. Sure. Okay. Ivor points out the dredge along the wall. There's a lot more of them, and they're getting braver, he says. We lost a fair number of fighters since yesterday. We could use your help if there's nobody left to defend the walls. I'm going to put Cromer in charge of leading the warriors. Cromer, you shout, calling around the war leader. This is your expertise. Are you willing? Cromer is more than happy to switch off leading the charge, giving Ivor a break between fights. He spends the rest of the day showing you complex war strategies to reduce losses. Okay. Dude, I only have 15 Varl left. This is bad, says Ivan, as Ivor points across the battlefield. Aside from the fact that we're up to our necks in dredge, a stone singer showed up. We've been losing warriors left and right. If we don't deal with it, this wall will come down by the end of the day. Dad, there's a riot at the docks. Alette runs up to you out of breath. They're trying to smash up the boats. When you calm her down, she says the ravens are there, but she's worried that things could get out of hand. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks would likely take a full day. We got to join Ivor in defending the walls. That stone singer is going to wreak havoc on us if we don't take care of it, Ivor tells you. This will be a rough fight, but you've got to take it down. You ready? You prepare yourself. All right. Oh, we don't have Singorn anymore. Okay. We got this. No problem. Okay. Oh, hold on. You've got a lot of help. I need to hit this guy. Are you kidding me? Son of a... That sucks. Oh, I forgot, he doesn't heal strength. It's just the two left. Damn it! Oh. Okay, they don't... We have no more food. The market doesn't have any food. Yep. So, I guess it's time for heroes to level up. 19. Give me a friggin' break. I believe these guys need 20. Yep. He's got more than enough to level. Let's get you promoted. He just needs one more. Let's see here. So Echo is level 3 now. What is he? Actually. Okay. We'll have to go with that for now. This morning, says Ivor, I saw him. Bellower's here. I think it won't be long now. Ivan leans silently on his staff nearby. One of your clansmen comes to you out of breath. Rook, he says, things are real bad. Look, there's nothing you can do at this point, but a lot of the caravan has been robbed, killed, just disappeared. Those of us left are going to split up and hide where we can. Wanted you to know, in case we somehow pull through this. He runs off, clearly distressed. You grimace, wondering if this could have played out another way. Shoot. Okay, I guess we investigate the riots down by the docks? When you get down to the docks, it's pandemonium. Few work on the ships now as the ravens stand over bodies of people while a huge crowd roars in anger. Bulwark's axes are covered in blood. What happened, you shout, pushing your way through the rioters. What do you think would happen? Responds Bulwark coolly. Didn't take long for them to figure out what we were building ships right under their noses, and they can't have one. You gonna lend a hand or just stand around? Let's try to calm people down. You brandish your axe low and try to find a voice over the chaos. It goes wrong quickly when one of the riders gets a quick jab in, smashing across the bridge of the nose, covering your face in blood. The last thing you remember is falling backward. By the time you regain consciousness, the riot is finally being driven off. Won't save you next time, you hear Bulwark say. This one's free. You stagger back to the wall and with a new injury. Crap. Okay. Ivor, you begin. Can we really keep this up? Ivor looks like he hasn't slept for days. We lost a lot of fighters, he mumbles. The weight of the situation is crushing. Fuck. We have no more Varl. Then, from far in the distance, you hear a horn. Dredge don't use horns. It occurs to you. Ivan appears at your side just as a long caravan of people come into view, Dredge turning to attack them. Who is that, you ask? It can't be, says Ivan. He runs towards the gates, shouting. You see their banner? It's Hakan. As you wonder how they got here, the gates are heaved open, and you charge into the field, clearing a path through the dredge. Okay, the same team. Let's go. All right. Damn it. Actually, no. There. Oh, we might have enough to level him up. Ivan says, Juno. Juno says, I wasn't sure I'd ever see you again, Ivan. She smiles and they embrace. Ivan is completely taken aback, as though he doesn't dare believe she's real. Juno says, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it to Sigerholm. I ran into problems. Hakan says, problems is putting it lightly. There's a mile-wide canyon practically splitting the world in two over those hills. Couldn't find a place to cross. Worse, dredge are practically falling out of it like blood from a wound. They're not coming from the north anymore. They're everywhere. Ivor says, we noticed. Hakan says, glad to see you made it out alive, young roar. I take it the others didn't. Hakan becomes quiet, then motions towards Juno. She got across somehow. Found her out cold for a second time since leaving Strand. Ivor says, we need every axe we can get right now. Bellower's here. Hakan says, Gods be damned. I thought I was free from that menace. Juno says, I will deal with Bellower. Come on, no need to tempt him by standing out here. Hakan's caravan enters the city, fighting off waves of dredge as they go. To your relief, hundreds of skilled warriors are now safely in Beauregard. Oh, good. 350 supply. Oh my god. The supplies. We have supplies. Oh, we have 39 days worth of supplies. Oh my gosh. Hakan joins you on the wall with his personal bodyguard, Moger. You discuss what to do next. I have one last trip to make. I need this one to come with me, she says, pointing to you. I'm sorry, Ivan. You must wait for me one last time. Do not let the city fall before I return. It takes everything within Ivan's power to hold back, but he does. She turns to you. Rook, come with me. We'll return in 2 days, maybe less if you're as quick as you look. Tell anyone who needs to know. Where and why? Not far, says Juno. She pauses and something shifts in your vision just for a moment. I know it's hard, she says, her voice filling your head, and you've already been through a lot. As she speaks again, the rest of the world melts away. But you're needed. You can't find the words to argue. Oh. Wait, you don't remember leaving the city, but here you are, walking through unfamiliar ground behind Juno. You're alone, aside from hundreds of dredge who are all facing toward an enormous stone ahead. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. What's going on? Juno says, we are at the Godstone of Stravs. You glance nervously around, but the dredge don't seem to hear her. She says, it's okay, you can speak, softly. Yeah, honestly, this is what I was thinking. Is this where you're going to sacrifice me? Juno smiles. What could have come across as profoundly creepy looks sincere instead. She says, no, the dredge cannot see us. To be more precise, they can see us, but I've convinced them to be unconcerned. It's an SCP field. Somebody else's problem. You see it, but you just go, somebody else has to deal with that. I can understand your apprehension, though. Who are you? I wish we'd had time for a proper introduction. My name is Juno. I'm on the Mender Council. You've met Ivan, my apprentice. We say, how are you doing these things? Controlling minds. I thought Menders built things and healed wounds. She said, you are right. Menders do these things. Some of us still practice the teachings given to the Loom Mother's first creations. We are called Valka. I believe I'm the only one who can influence another's mind. And we say, why not take control of Bellower? She says, I learned the talent to heal minds, not control them. Though even some Valka have trouble believing this. Taking control of Bellower is the difference between convincing a child to sit still and telling a starving bear to stop being hungry. The truth is, we're rarely a match for the Sunder anymore. Our advantage is that we can train more Valka. It is also our weakness. The Valka pass on and lose their knowledge, while the Sunder simply grow older and more powerful. Bellower is both immortal and beyond my influence, to a point. We say, how do we stop him? She said, the God of Secrets will play a part, as will you. Why did you pick me? Why didn't you take Ivan or Hakan? You don't even know me. She says, I apologize for putting you in danger. Ivan must keep Borisgard from falling while we are away. And if something goes wrong here, I need to be certain one of us makes it back alive. I saw the thoughts of each person when I arrived at Borisgard. You were the only one I knew would return. What do you mean? You would find your way back to Alette, no matter what. Why are we surrounded by dredge? She said, they seem to be drawn to the Godstone. There are many things we don't know about Straz. Maybe they see him as a patron, or it's an attraction they cannot explain. We say, does Straz have something to do with that serpent in Einertoft? What was that thing? She says, I cannot say. Can't? She says, I have my suspicions, but until I've had time at the Mender libraries, it would be unwise to speculate. For all our knowledge, it always seems as though we know little. We say, imagine how the rest of us feel. She says, on the contrary, the less people know, the more certain they tend to be. What are we doing out here? Do you know the god Straz? Few know this stone exists, even amongst those who have lived their whole lives in Borisgard. When Dengler deals in fortune, Straz taught men the value of trade in a different way. He showed them it has consequence, two sides of the same coin. See the silver in the stone? The gales up here wear away the stone, but the metal remains. We need a piece of this silver. The god Straz is wreathed by imagery of silver weapons. The myths say he traded these weapons to the gods, and they used them to kill each other. Those who seek out the stone call him the god of trade. The Menders call him the god of secrets. He was both. Let's get what we need and go. Indeed, you'll need to dislodge at least a fistful of the metal. We will forge it into an arrow to slay Bellower. We say, wait, after everything you've told me, make a magic arrow to shoot Bellower? That's all it takes? Why didn't you do that a long time ago? Juno gets a faraway look in her eyes. She says, no, that is not all it takes. What I tell you now must not be repeated. The arrow will not kill Bellower, even were it to strike his heart. He has no physical weakness, but it will sow doubt in his mind. When it pierces him, I will help him believe that he is dying. The rest of you will convince him of it with sword and axe. Everyone who fights at your side must believe it to be true. You're going to trick him into thinking he's dead. That is the most insane. He really can't be killed. She says, no. Someday he will awaken and realize he's not dead. I imagine he'll be quite upset. First, we make the arrow. Focus on the task at hand. She looks knowingly at the Godstone, waiting for you to start climbing. Rook, I am not certain how the dredge will react when you do this. And behind us is a sudden drop. So be careful. Approaching the back of the stone, you start to climb, looking for loose pieces of the silver vein. Even without looking out into the dredge, you can feel each sinister face watching you closely, held back only by Juno's influence. Panic races through your blood. I'm going to climb higher where it might be easier to remove. As you climb, you can't help but notice the stony masks of the dredge lined up before the godstone, like worshippers before an idol. Just a glimpse nearly immobilizes you. Your hand rests on a piece of silver that comes away easily. The dredge do not react. Look for another piece. While you're here, you glance quickly around to see if there's any more low-hanging fruit. You're able to pry away another, smaller piece of silver ore before your nerves give out. You nimbly descend to where Juno is waiting. Well done, she says. As you walk back through the dredge, their heads turn in unison to follow. The dread that lingers and the shaking in your hands does not subside for hours. Something straws. Straws whetstone. You approach the gates of Bowersgard again. Sorry, hiccup. Okay. Relieved that they're still standing. It looks like they took a beating while you were gone. Alette rushes to your side and throws her arms around you once you've crept through the gates. Juno smiles at the reunion and tells you, take this time with your daughter. Find a smith who can fashion an arrow from that silver. I have other things to which I must attend, but meet me on the walls when you're done. Okay, hold on. We got food, we got renown, we got... Oh. Okay, hold on. Ivor. Oh. Hakan. Yeah, we're going to go heavy in the Mogre, actually. Ivor, promote you. Okay. And then... There we go. So he's maxed out. There we go. That's a good team. Wait, how many does she need? 15. Okay. Wow. She's over. All right. So let's see here. What's this? +3 to the strength. Let's do that. What's this one? 20% crit. Wait, who has the highest? 17, 18. You. Hakan. Get this one. 2 arm per turn. There we go. We have a lot of... Okay. Wait, not Alette. I want... Where's Nid? That's who I wanted. Oh, she needs one more kill. Okay. She's level 2. Yeah, okay. Crafters. That's who we need to talk to. It takes a while, but you finally find someone willing to craft an arrow for you. He eyes you suspiciously when you show him the silver, but shakes his head and gets started. Alette watches, the smith's fire reflecting in her distant stare. She says, I talked with Ivan a long time while you were gone. He told me a lot about Juno. Is she really as powerful as he said? It certainly seems that way. That might be the most luck we've had so far. Dad, I think I know what's going to happen now. An arrow? She's going to make you shoot Bellower, isn't she? And we say, I don't know for sure. She says, come on, who else is going to do it? Ivor? We say, Alette, I know where this is going. You're afraid of me dying. This isn't like before. We can't run this time. She says, that's not what Let me do it. What? Why not? Because you think I'll get hurt? What do you do when Bellower comes straight for the person holding the only thing that can destroy him? She says, let me speak. Everything's changed. Skoger feels so long ago. I'm not asking because I'm afraid of losing you. I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Let me do it because you know I'm a better shot. I have a better chance of puncturing his armor. We only have one shot. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not just some girl. I'm your daughter. I can do this. For once, let me decide what happens to me. Okay, I know you can do it. Take the arrow. She smiles and takes her hand in hers. We'll survive this. I know we will. You sit by her side silently until the smith finishes his work. Okay, let's talk to Juno. There he is. Juno is in the middle of an animated debate as you approach, the arrow in your hand. She says, there's little time left. Bellower knows we're here. Whether he's waiting for more of his forces to arrive or simply wants to starve us out first, I cannot tell. But he will not expect a direct attack. Ivor says, is this a joke? How are we going to do that? Juno says, I will take a handful of warriors to face him. I could keep a small group hidden from sight. The rest of you will lead the charge from here. With luck, Bellower will send his armies away from himself to meet you. Ivor says, what about the ravens? They may protest. She says, they will not. I've arranged a task for them. Hakan says, even if you make it to Bellower, what chance is there of defeating him? What we saw happen at Irontoft, that thing can't be killed. Juno shows him the arrow you had forged from the Godstone silver. She says, this will make him bleed like the rest of us. Once he is pierced, he will be vulnerable. She looks you in the eyes. We only have one. Do not miss. And bring only those you absolutely need. It will take all my concentration to keep the other dredge from swallowing us up. I cannot join in battle. If we kill Bellower, then what? The dredge will just wander away? Juno says, that is my belief, yes. I can't say for certain. Hakan says, this is a doomed plan. Help us hold out here until the ships are finished. She says, and then what? Bellower will hound our every step, all the way to Arborang, where I am certain more sunder await. Now is the time to speak to loved ones, and the memory of any god that pleases you. Rest. In the morning we slay asunder. Okay. We are going to go ahead and end the session here. And we'll see what Bellower, how and if this works, we'll see next time. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, please like, subscribe, follow, share, all the fun stuff. We put out new videos every day. In that regard, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Bye, everybody.